Now, 14-year-old author Megan Werner has written a self-help book, It's Up to Me, 7 Ways to Make a Difference, is on a mission to share simple tips and techniques that anyone can employ to change their life. She has issued a challenge for everyone to learn them so that they can, in turn, teach them to others. Joining me in studio is our 14-year-old author. Megan, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, what inspired you? What was happening at the time that you thought, you know what, I've got to put pen to paper and I've got to inspire other people. I've got to find 7 ways to make a difference.
Well, my parents wrote their book, and at their first event, I saw what a big difference their book made. And I decided I also want to make a difference. So that evening when we were driving home, I said to my parents, Mom, Dad, I also want to write a book. And they said, okay, that's fine, but you're going to write it by yourself. We will support you, but you're going to write your book by yourself. So then I wrote my book.
So how did you come up with these 7 ideas? That there were 7 fundamental principles at your age that you thought everybody could use and change their lives?
Look, there are way more than 7 ways. And I just decided, you know, let's just keep it simple. And there are also 7 days in a week, and 7 is my lucky number. So, so each day you can choose a different different chapter or a different technique to make a difference. So I just decided, you know what, let's keep it simple. Let everybody can use these tips and techniques. And
that really is the rule. Keep it simple.
Yes, it is.
So let's talk about some of those chapters because, and then I'm going to ask you just to kind of sum it up for me. Chapter 1, it's good to give.
I think it's very important to give because often we are so busy, we don't have time just to give one simple thing. So it is very important just to give. Even if you don't have money, you can give your time, you can give your knowledge, you can give whatever is.
And there are 2 interesting stories around It's Good to Give. When your dad was in, I think it was a shop, and you asked the shop assistant, what's the biggest tip you've ever had?
Yes.
Or where you were in a queue and the lady in front of you didn't have enough money to pay for food.
Yes.
You guys then decided to pay for it. And when you do an act of good like that, people are often surprised, aren't they?
Yes, they are very surprised, but I just do it because it's so fun just to give, and you feel so good after you gave.
Okay, chapter 2 is having fun.
Yes. Often in life we are so busy, we need to work, we don't have time just let your hair down and have a little bit of fun.
Okay, chapter 3, feel the fear, do it anyway. And this is in terms of you doing public speaking.
Yes, and we are so scared and we are so kept by our comfort zone. We are never just to go out and do it. Yes.
So you've had a chat in front of crowds. Smallest crowd, biggest crowd?
My biggest crowd has been 5,000 people at the NAC, National Achievers Congress.
Wow, and how did that go? Were you nervous?
I was nervous, but it was really just so fun. And there I decided, wow, if I can do this, I'd do it all day long.
And Megan, when you talk to kids your age or maybe kids a little bit older, what has the reaction been? Because you're giving them tips on how to live a better life, but that life, of course, is not an island. You have to coexist with your parents.
Yes, some of the kids really listen to the advice and say, okay, well, if she can do it, why can't I do it?
You say in a part of the jacket that at some point you had the worst attitude in relation to life. Talk to me about that. What was the relationship like then with your parents?
I was always negative and I just really didn't enjoy life. And at school, the children would tease me, but now I've overcome it and I've just learned that life is going to throw you offside sometimes, but you just have to deal with it.
Never listen to negative people.
Yes, many times people tell you, no, you can't do that because they don't believe in themselves and they're trying to pull you down.
And break you down.
Yes, so just don't listen to those negative people and know what you can do and believe in yourself and then you will achieve.
I hear you. A little bit earlier, my director was talking about not going to massages. Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. You are the company you keep, aren't you?
Yes, and our friends are so important. The people we hang around is what we become. So if you don't like your friends, well, like it or not, you are going to become like them. And that is why I find it very important to have great friends that keep on encouraging and not pulling you down.
You had your foreword written by Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor, from Poor Dad Rich Dad.
Yes.
How did that come around?
Well, I went to one of his events, and while we were writing my book, my dad asked me, so who's going to write the foreword for your book? And then we drove past the sign that said Robert Kiyosaki is coming to South Africa. And then I said to my dad, well, what about Robert Kiyosaki? And my dad was like, okay, why not? And then I went to his event, and then afterwards there was a VIP party, and I went to him when he was signing the books. And then I said to him, hi Robert, my name is Megan Werner, I'm 13 years old, and I wrote this book. If you would please like to go through it, and if you think it's good enough, will you write the foreword for it? And then 2 weeks later I had a foreword for
Wow,
the book.
that's amazing. Okay, quickly, it's Father's Day. Advice for little ones, what must they do?
I'd say to, first of all, respect your father. And often kids don't have respect for their fathers. And then spend quality time with their fathers. And it's so important to just find something you and your dad have in common. Like me and my dad do a lot of public speaking together. And then we also do camping and we go fishing. And that's just when we spend quality time. And also to have family time also together.
That's amazing.
And your family supporting you. Like my whole family is here to support me today.
Okay, very quickly, where can people get hold of this book?
It is available on my webpage, that is www.meganwerner.co.za, and most of the bookshops do have these books, like Monte Cassino in Scoops, they always have it. So yes, www.meganwerner.co.za.
You're an inspiration, Megan. Megan
Thank
Werner,
you
thank you
very
very much for joining us. 14-year-old author Megan Werner has written a self-help book called It's Up to Me, 7 Ways to Make a Difference. Go and get it. It'll help little ones. We take an ad break. Don't go anywhere.